Muted. There we go. Muted. I saw that. So yeah, this helps me just be able to do this. What the? Okay, there we go. There we go. Now I'm living my best life. Right now, in this moment, my best life. Fucking slept all day, living my best life. What is wrong with X lately? It's been really bad. X has been really, really fucking bad. Like, the algorithms are bad. Everything about X is bad. The live platform, horrible. No one sees your posts. Like, it won't even load my live stream. So X has been an utter failure lately, and I just want to be like, dude, like Elon Musk, you're so rich. How are you not figuring this out, bro? How in God's name do you not know how this is like going on your own shit? You would think that Elon Musk would have it figured out. So good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are well. I am starving. I am. So I'm going to drink this coffee, not because I need it. Good morning, husband. But because I want to stay off my hunger. Hail, good morning. I'm always up early. It's just that my husband's up. So I usually stream later because my husband will sleep until like fucking 7:30. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Man, when Elon Musk first freed the bird, it was amazing. Yeah, my live won't even load on X. Fucking fuckers. You fucking fuckers. Elon Musk, why is your platform so broken? Why? Hold on. On YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. There we go. Maybe that will help. There we go. There we go. Let's see if that works. Good morning. Hello. I'm so glad you're getting your Avon order today. The new Skin So Soft line with collagen. Bitch. It's firming. I got it right here. It's awesome. It's got collagen and peptides, which, you know what that does for your face. So why not put it on our elderly hands? Why not? He recently got a black eye. What, Elon Musk? Dude, that dude's a mess. If there was ever an alien on Earth, it's him. And I don't say that like to be insulting. Like, I'm sorry. But he looks like an alien, doesn't he? Don't you think? Am I crazy? I feel like Elon Musk looks like a fucking alien. How are your big, huge farts? Okay. I mean, it's fucking 6:34 a.m. 6:34 a.m. Okay, let me see. I'm just going to write, I am live, but X is broken. Catch me on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. There we go. There it is. Now we're doing it. Hi, good morning. Hello. Or a clone. I mean, dude, I don't believe nothing no more. I don't believe anybody anymore. I don't believe shit. I just don't. Really, it won't even let me like tweet. Fuck you, X. Fuck you, X. How about that? Hello, Nebraska. How are you? Why is X such a piece of shit lately? I mean, for real. It's just garbage. And I'm not a big fan of Rumble. Look, every platform, you get no growth unless you play into whatever the rage bait is of the day. That is the game people play, is how to keep everyone fucking angry. What's up, Wisconsin? Piss everyone off all the fucking time. Oh, I should probably clean my lens. Sorry, Facebook. Better? I think so. I think it's a little bit better. I'm about to give up on X, though. I am about to give up here. Like, it just will not load. It won't load, guys. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Hail, everyone. He looks normal, but he acts like an alien. Who, Elon Musk? I think he's both. I always use Avon in my arms and my hands. Why not? But yeah, big fan of our Skin So Soft retinol. And this is the firming, the collagen peptide. It's more firming. It is. And gentlemen, you should be using skincare. What I don't understand is dudes get out of the shower and they put on no fucking lotion. And then they have that tight, uncomfortable face all day. Why? Why are you doing that to yourself? It's not gay to put a little lotion on so you don't get big cracks and crevices. Like that's not being, what do you call it? Metrosexual. You just put a little lotion on so you don't feel like shit. That's it. Like I convinced my husband to do it. Hey, so they should be putting all this effort that's going into Nancy Guthrie into finding these kids who are trafficked. Everything is fake and gay, as they say. All of it. I don't believe anything anymore. Everything that they tell you to pay attention to, we need to go back to our roots. So in high school, what I can't believe is these kids, the teacher unions are like, weaponize the children. It's a Maoist revolution and we are communists and we are politically activating your children. We're abusing them. We're horrible people. Keep sending them to school. And everyone's like, I have no choice. I have to sacrifice my children to the communists. It's crazy. I have never seen anything like it. Everyone's like, fuck my kids. I have to go to work. Fuck them. Brainwash them. Harm them in every way. Mommy's busy. So I'm seeing these kids walk out of school. If my teacher was like, okay, today we're protesting ICE and you're going to be with teacher, I'd be like, fuck my teacher. Fuck everything my teacher is saying to me. I will respect my teacher, but I'm out. I would literally do the opposite of anything my fucking teachers asked me in high school. These kids today are like, tell us what to do, worship communism, program me, the narrative, resist by marching with everyone and the communist orders. And I'm like, this is not... Can you imagine in high school, your teachers going, okay, kids, we're going to be political activists and you're all going to be on the side of the liberals and you're going to march with us. But we'd be like, our teacher is fucking stupid. Fuck our teacher. That's what would happen. I don't know what the hell. Kids are worthless. It's my generation and beneath me that has just raised morons for children. They don't think for themselves. They're complete dumbasses. And why are all the parents okay with your kids being weaponized to march in the streets? I know people are dying and I hope my little Johnny gets shot in the face. Mommy will be so proud. Like, what kind of parent are you? Holy fuck. I'm so glad I didn't have parents like you. You are a fucking clown, dude. Horrible parents. Just awful parents. Yeah, I don't think my ex is working at all. Fuck X, man. I'm so over X. I'm over you, X. Little motherfucker. Gen Alpha boys are leaning conservative, rebelling. Everyone should lean conservative at this point, but not like Republican politicians. F what's happening anymore. I'm an old school liberal, man, and I want nothing to do with the left today. These are communists. This is not... I don't want... Fuck both parties. Fuck everyone. I'm so over everything. I'm just over everyone. It's so freeing, too. It's so freeing to just let go and just be like, guys, I'm over it. You love these glasses? Thank you. People are afraid of being called a hater. They're fucking pussies. Are you kidding me? They're fucking sniveling vaginas. They have no balls. None. Are you kidding me? People are afraid. Little twat waffles, little weak worms. Weak, pathetic. And that's what we should be calling these kids. I'm sorry, you're so fucking pathetic that you literally do anything adults tell you to do. You fucking pathetic little chodes. You wouldn't have survived the 90s. So what went wrong with millennials where they raised their children to be this way? What went wrong? Where instead of being like, fuck what you're telling me, I'm not doing that. Now we're like, bend the knee and do everything the TV and the View and like CNN and everyone's telling you to do. Do that. Why can I not get this camera positioned right? There we go. I think that's better. Do that. Did you see Julia let the schools out? Pathetic, worthless parents. And they're like, oh, I hope my little Johnny gets shot in the face by ice. Duh. Duh. Like, what the fuck, dude? Your kids can't read. They can't do math. They're fucking pathetic losers. And you're like, you know what will help? Not being in school more. Your kids suck ass, man. I have no respect for these generations. They have no fuck you in their hearts. They're like brain dead. They literally follow the leader of what everyone's telling them to do. Any parent that keeps their kids in school like, yeah, brainwash my communist kids. It's just like the Maoist revolution in China. Oh my God, look at what they're doing. Oh my God, soon my kids will come home and they'll blast me in the face and they'll hold me accountable and then we'll be erased and the kids will take over with a communist utopia. Get ready for it, parents. That's what's coming. They're going to fucking take you out. Like, dude. I see what's happening. I see what's fucking happening. Hold on. I got to turn this off for a second. I was like, what is wrong with my fucking camera? And I'll tell you what's wrong with my camera. It's the stupid AI tracking. It makes me crazy. No, update later. Turn that the fuck off. F you. There we go. I'm like, my camera keeps changing. It's pissing me off. Buy Avon, guys. AdrianCurry.com. If you'd like some Avon. These little twat waffle children. Worthless losers. If a teacher told me, all right, guys, today's political activism, and you're all going to lockstep, and we're going to be far left extremists, and we're all going to leave school, and we're going to resist the man together. You're the man. You are the teachers' unions. You're the fucking machine, dude. This is like Pink Floyd's The Wall. We don't need no education. Just like a fucking meat grinder. And everyone's like, well, I can't save my kids. I got to keep putting them in the communist daycare center. Maybe one day when my kid comes to kill me, I'll be like, maybe that was a mistake. But until then, it's free daycare. Fuck you, kid. I'm like, dude. If schools were like, we're supporting President Trump today, and we're all going to march, and we're going to worship Trump, people would lose their minds. You are terrible parents. If you keep sending your kids to Joliet schools after they did this, I'm sorry. Someone needs to tell you, you're not a good parent. I'm so glad my parents weren't pieces of shit. Every day, my parents look better and better. As I look at all the parents today, I'm like, dude, these parents are fucking weak, pathetic losers that push their kids in a meat grind. Well, I have no choice. I have to turn my kid into a communist, worthless loser. I have to do it because I don't care about them. Mommy needs to go to work. I say I love my kid, but money means so much more. Keep sending them to this school. If that school had people walk out to support President Trump, y'all would lose your minds. You are fucking commies. Commies, 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 commies. This is what communists did. This is what the Nazis did. They weaponized the children. You're like, oh, Nazis did this, and Mao and Stalin, look at us. We're the resistance. You are the fucking machine. You are the machine, dude. Holy crap. Do you ever think about the fact that if you entered America's Next Top Model today, you'd likely be bunking with a couple of men? Oh, shit. No, I don't. Which, by the way, I got some top model tea. Should be fun. So, I can't believe these girls agreed to do this Netflix show. I feel bad for them. Yesterday, I watched, I'm using all Avon, by the way. I watched a video from a chick from my season named Giselle. She looks good, by the way. Looks like she hasn't aged a fucking day, so good for her. She was the Latina ballerina, and she was very young on the show. I really liked her. She could be annoying sometimes, but, you know, she had that exuberance of being a kid then. But I was sad when she left because she made me laugh. She would always fart and shit. She's funny. She agreed to do the Netflix show, which is airing tonight. And this is true. This is what she said. One, on her Instagram, she did a thing where she's like, I'm not feeling so good about what this show's going to be. And I don't fucking blame her. Because, you know, Tyra Banks Ken Mock is not going to agree to do something if they're going to make them look like shit. Netflix told the girls, we can't compensate you. We're about to make millions upon millions of dollars using footage of you, just like before. But we can't give you a single dollar, because if we do, people will think that we were manipulating things. So let us make all the fucking money as we use and extract and abuse you. Fuck you, Netflix, you motherfuckers. You are so loaded. You have so much money. I am so tired of production. I'm tired of these fucking toxic demons sucking the souls out of everyone. These girls couldn't be paid a small fucking day rate fee for SAG-AFTRA, you fucking cheap, worthless cunts. You know everyone on that set got paid. The only reason Top Model existed was season 1, girls. Sorry. It was us, baby. And now you can't give someone a little fucking paper. And now the saying is that all the judges, Nigel, J. Manuel, they all got paid paper. I'm like, of course they fucking did. I am so sick and tired of Hollywood and the abuse of people. All it does is chew you out. Let's do Belief Aqua Bomb on my face. AdrianCurry.com, by the way, to shop, and spit you out. And I don't know if this is the documentary, because one of them reached out to me and I was like, I'm not interested. And they're like, oh, you'd be compensated. I was like, not interested. I should look in my email box, because there's a couple of Top Model documentaries coming out. And I'm always like, fuck off. Fuck off. I'm sure they're going to make me look like shit, because I'm not there to say my piece. So they're just going to make me look like shit. And they're going to make all the girls look like shit. I don't trust these people. But the fact that they're going to make that much money off these shows airing tonight, and they can't even give them $500, fuck you, Hollywood. Fuck every producer on this show. You guys are terrible, horrible human beings. Someone needs to tell you, let it be me. You are bad people. You are bad people. Look at me again one more time. You are a bad person. It's not just cheap. It's that they're really terrible people. And like, someone needs to tell them that they are very, very terrible fucking people. Is my what's it called? X working now? I don't even know. Let's see. Will this tweet go through? Probably not. Terrible fucks. Terrible fucking people. Let me just tell you how much my arms are looking super toned. I mean, as you get older, there's only so much collagen peptide Skin So Soft that you can use. Axe always sucks lately. I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but it always sucks ass. It's very annoying. Okay. Let's see here. Let's firm my bat wings. It sucks because I'm toned, but my arms are like, it's like the skin. This old bitch, she ain't what she used to be. Like that's the truth. So then that skin, like I can flex it and it's okay, but it looks very jiggly when I don't. And it didn't used to do that. And it's because I'm fucking old. I'm old. I'm saying I'm old. Know thyself. You know what I mean? I know myself. I'm okay with being old. I'm okay. I accept it. We're good. I don't know how many people are on my Facebook watching me. Like all my streaming platforms are shit. They're showing me like no information about anything. I have no idea. No one sees my posts anyway on Facebook usually. People are like, I haven't seen you in like 6 years. I'm like, oh, isn't that nice? Thank you, Facebook. It's so nice to work so hard to build a platform for it to just totally annihilate you. Howdy, Lady Duck Sauce and chat. Good morning. How are you? So yeah, that's how I feel about the Netflix documentary, using the girls all over again. These poor girls. I wish all the girls would have just said fuck off, but I get it. There's a pull. There's a pull to want to have your voice be heard, but they're just going to manipulate everything. That's it. They're just going to manipulate everything. Well, Facebook, I'm streaming from my phone, except for my Avon page, Facebook, my X, YouTube, and Twitch. Like I have 2 cameras going on here because if I use my streaming software on Facebook, they punish me and then no one sees my streams. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. Everywhere is bullshit. But if I came on here every day going, fuck Donald Trump resistance, fuck ICE every moment. Oh, we have to resist. Look at me. Look at me. I'm resisting. Then I'm sure I'd be the next big thing. Hey, thanks for sharing my stream. Hey, if you guys feel like it, you could like share my stream and shit and tell people about me and Avon lady. And everyone would be like, why the fuck do we care about that? Let's do some snail mucin. Let's snail mucin this face, bitches. Let us do it. I am not watching the documentary tonight. I will listen to the girls and what they say afterwards. I'm shocked Shannon Stewart did it. With how bad they fucked her over. Clearly, that poor thing cannot get enough. You know, maybe she's just trusting them. I certainly wouldn't. Let's do Beyond Glow, niacinamide, caffeine, and retinol eye cream. I wouldn't do it. Shared. Thank you guys for sharing my shit. Tell your people. Say, hey, if you guys, need an Avon lady, I know this middle-aged bitch. Because let me tell you what I do with the money I make here, folks. I pay my mortgage. I go grocery shopping. I pay bills. It's amazing. I buy boneless, skinless chicken thighs and asparagus. I mean, the list goes on. Propane. Sometimes we need propane for our house. It's just wild what you can do making a living selling Avon. Good morning. Hello. And that's what I do. I just try to make a living selling Avon. So here we go. I know, I'm normal. Well, people make fun of me all the time. And I'm like, well, fuck you. What do you want me to do? Be a plumber? Would that make you feel better? We all know what this looks like. We all know. And I always put it on like this because it's so disgusting. And I'm 4. I'm literally 4 years old. It's the most disgusting looking shit. Makes your skin look amazing. The snail mucin, Korean beauty for the win, but it looks terrible. We all know what it looks like. They used to call me ATM, and I used to get pissed because they're like, what? You're America's top model. It also means ass to mouth in porn. So I wrongly told my group of friends how much I hated it. And then that's what I became, ATM. I'm like, motherfucker. Never show friends you've known your whole life a weakness. Don't do it, because they will come for you. They will come for you. They will mock you. You're never going to get away with being like, guys, this kind of hurts my feelings. Because they'll be like, oh, shit, let's all hurt her feelings. It's going to be great. X is always broken. My friends aren't jealous. They're great. They want no part of fame. They have sat there. They have watched the craziest. Okay, I was telling my husband the other day. One day I came home to Joliet. My grandma was still alive. And there was this crew of people halfway in my house and on my porch. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I come up and my grandma comes out and she's handing one a lemonade and shit. Oh, hey, Adria, your friends are here. Blah. They weren't my friends. They were fans that were taking advantage of an elderly woman and extracting from her. That they had infiltrated my private, most sacred place, which is where I grew up, and they were abusing my grandmother to try to get to see me. Lying and manipulating an 80-something-year-old woman so that they could meet me. Now that I'm older, I don't think that would have went as well as it did, but I told them, I'm like, boundaries. You guys just abused my grandma. Oh, they doxed me all the time. They were always coming. They doxed my grandma's wake. When my best friend's husband died in a car accident, I'm literally standing next to the casket with his body in there. And I was like, oh my God, top model picture. I want to get a picture. And I'm like, holy shit. And my best friend's there. And I was so embarrassed. And I felt so fucking bad because I'm sorry, a funeral home is quiet. People are crying and they're fucked up. And then this person's like, can I get a picture? So I took her all the way outside. I said, I'm going to give you a picture, but you need to understand, you're standing next to my best friend's dead husband. This was not an appropriate place for you to come and ask me for a picture. And she still wanted it. I was real mad at her. I go back in. This is my friend that passed away from breast cancer. I go back in and she's sitting there and she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry this happened to you. I'm like, you're sorry this happened to me? I'm at your husband's funeral. What the fuck? And we just started laughing. And she's like, I can't believe how fucked up people are. I'm like, dude, it's so terrible. But they crashed my grandma's wake too. And my grandma raised me from birth. So I was really, really fucked up there. And my family got pretty protective. But, when you're that fucked up, it wasn't dawning on me quite yet that these were just fans that came to pay their respects. Guess what? If you know a celebrity or a pseudo celebrity and their mother dies, don't fucking show up at the mom's funeral, you psychopath. It is not well-wishing. It's not well-meaning. It's not going to be taken well. It's not good. It is a terrible violation of privacy. It is disrespect. So it's so funny because everyone's like, oh my God, what's it like being famous? I remember flying home and I was in the airport and I was going home to see my grandmother who was dying of cancer. And I felt like my entire life was falling apart. The guy that I was dating then, that was the one that ended up being a gay prostitute that would peddle his wares on Craigslist and sleep with actors in underground parking garages. So things are really bad for me. And I'm in the airport and I'm so fucked up. And then people come up to you and you have to not be an asshole. Top model doing what I am, confused. What did you do? I don't know what that means. Top model doing what I am, confused. What did you do? Well, I did take a shit this morning. I did that. Look, I'm not a complete dick, but I always have to point out to people that what they did was fucked up. Does that make sense? So I still was like, okay, all right, I'm going to take this picture, but you need to know why this is so fucked up. And then I would tell them, you know, I think I'm going to do my siren palette today. I like a little siren. Which concealer was that? That was our multi-peptide eye primer. Little anti-aging eye primer. I think you should do one stream about mountain life. Do you run a generator 24/7? Do you have to plow the road? Do you get mail to the house? I'll tell you right now, we have a generator. And it's used so much that I can't believe I ever got mad at my husband for getting it. My husband has a Kubota tractor. And we have to plow everything. I think our driveway is a half mile long. And he has to plow all that. Most people couldn't live this way. And I'll tell you what's funny is city people I know are always trying to educate me on how to survive. And me and my husband were just talking about this. Like, these people have no fucking idea. When we first moved in here, nothing was on or anything. The house, like, all the power was shut down. Water was shut down because the house had been abandoned for a year. I had to take a shit and piss out in the woods forever. A long time ago, we had to fix our septic. People visit and they don't realize it's a septic. And they're like, I'm going to wipe my butt with an entire roll of toilet paper and flush it. You can't fucking do that on a septic. You can't do that. I'm an Avon lady. It's true. So it clogged the septic. Well, you can't unclog it when it's like negative 30 degrees. My husband dug the whole thing up and he did it all himself. He's a fucking boss. But until the thaw, what we had to do was shit and piss outside. And we shat into garbage bags and we froze our turds on the porch and threw them away in the dump. So when city people are educating me on how, the trials and tribulations and how I can't handle living in such a place, my husband's, he really flattered me. He was like, these people have no idea how hardy you are. It was the best compliment he's ever given me. He was like, you really are hardy. You're a hardy woman and you do things that they could never do. Hello from Michigan, still cold. Here we got a break from snow, more coming. Eek, so ready for spring. Yeah, right. You'll get your spring in the summer. I remember my sister's friend cried when we stayed in a cottage with plumbing. Dude, before we got the generator, we had almost like, it was like 9 days with no fucking power. You know what I mean? Like, my husband fells all the trees here, hacks up all our firewood. I started cooking everything from scratch. You know, you really have to live a different life when you live remotely. I don't live rural. Rural is like the country. I live remote. And he's just like, you know, people don't give you any credit of how hard you are. And I'm like, that is the best compliment anyone has ever given me. It made me feel good because my husband's Mr. Mountain Man. The shit he can do is pretty amazing. So I always just assumed he thought I was a pussy. And one day I was like, because my girlfriends were, he jokes and says I like to go glamping, right? but I'm shitting in a hole in the woods. And most women would not consider taking a dump in a hole they dug in the woods as glamping. That is not glamping. To my husband, it was. But then he gave me credit. And he was just like, you are a hardy woman. And people don't give you any credit, and they have no idea how your life is and what you do in your life. Like, okay, we will park our cars all the way down by the road to get exercise because it's winter and you need exercise, right? So my husband's hauling, and me too with my little sled, and he has the big boy sled, hauling groceries like workhorses up a fucking mountain. And then here's my other fun thing. Like, people that I know will Google where I live, assuming that I'm down in the valley where this town is. I'm not. I'm so far away from that town, all the way up a fucking mountain. So they'll be like, oh, you got 2 inches of snow today. I'm like, try 2.5 feet. I did not get 2 inches of snow today. It's wild because, and it's well intended, but city people are always going to tell you, you know, how remote and scary somewhere. Like, I think I could totally, except for the loneliness and the price of groceries, I know I would be fine in Alaska. If I was rich enough to fly home enough to see my friends and family at least twice a year, I think I could off-grid it in Alaska. Like, I feel like Montana was preparation for that, and I would be fine. I would be fine. This is the Siren palette, by the way. I would be good. I'm confident in my abilities. Like, I feel good. Me and my husband are a great team. And he does know a lot more than me, but he teaches me a lot. And yeah, it's just always someone who like lives in Los Angeles that's like trying to educate you how like where they live is more dangerous than the Rocky Mountains. And I'm like, okay, right. Like, I live in the desert of Arizona. It's real dangerous. I'm like, like, I'm on the side of cliffs that are 3,500 feet in the fucking air on ice. My car has gone sideways down a fucking mountain with a sheer cliff next to me with my husband going, hit the brake. And I'm like, I am. And we just had to pray as the car just on its side was going. I'm like, okay, we had to abandon the car there for like 2 weeks. And he put all these like pieces of wood, like once it stopped, we're like, woohoo, we didn't die. And he put all these pieces of wood under the tires to try to help it from not sliding anymore. And we're like, well, we're leaving the fucking car there. Not going anywhere. Just go live our day. Yeah, we have propane and it's really, everything's so expensive. Like last night, my husband was streaming on Twitch and I loved the video game he played. It was a cleaning game and I loved it. It's like right up my alley. I'm like, I want to clean shit. I live in a shithole. Okay. Sure. Anyway, I live in a shithole. This is like someone probably lives in St. Louis, Missouri. You live in a shithole. They like live in downtown Chi-Town. Sorry, Chicago, but you guys are a shithole. And they won't admit it. They won't admit, okay, the crime in our country, it could all be stopped. If cops were allowed to do their jobs and we didn't have to worry about sexism or racism or any of that shit, and we just let the cops do their fucking jobs, we'd be fine. There would not be all this crime everywhere. It would be awesome. And for some reason, people in cities have gotten so used to it being okay to live like you're in a third world fucking country. Why? Why are you okay with that? I lived in New York after Mayor Giuliani cleaned it up. And you can hate him all day. It was so safe. There was a fucking cop on every corner. everywhere I walked. I was a young, hot model in high heels, stilettos, and a fucking mini skirt, riding the subway all night long. No one bothered me. The only time anything bad happened to me is when I stepped in like an idiot trying to do the right thing during a robbery. Like, as a woman, you know, I learned my lesson. I was a small town girl, released into New York, and I thought I was doing the right thing by calling out someone robbing a place. And this guy started beating the shit out of me. This Jamaican bum, spitting in my fucking face and my eyes and smashing my fucking head into the subway tiles. And you know who came to save me? The tiny little Indian shop owner with a tiny little baseball bat. Balls of steel. I think he like respected me because I was stopping his shop from being robbed, because I was like, dude, I will buy what you're stealing. Don't rob this dude. That's fucking wrong. What do you want? Let me buy it. And that guy beat the shit out of me, but that's my bad. In New York City, you don't insert yourself like that, but the cops beat the shit out of him. I know liberals would be like, oh, we worship criminals. We love criminals that beat women. We worship them. Sorry. Back in the day in New York, when I was like, this guy beat my ass, the cops give me a call. All right, we need you to come look at a lineup. And I'm like, okay. So I come and I'm all fucked up. My face is fucked up. I couldn't go and like, I'm swollen. Like, he beat the shit out of me. And here comes the lineup. And I could see the Jamaican bum. Like, I have recognized his one dreadlock, clearly a crackhead. And he is beaten to fucking shit. And all the cops are looking at me. And I'm like, that's him, but he is all fucked up. Like, I could just see he's just all fucked up. And then it dawned on me. They took care of it. And you know what, guys? I'm fine with that. That guy fucking mopped the floor with me. I was a little teeny model, and he beat me so badly my teeth almost came out of my fucking lips here and here. Like, I was so beaten. I don't give a shit that the cops beat the crap out of him. I support that completely. We need that again in this country. Sorry. Oh, but we have to coddle the Jamaican bum that does crack cocaine and beats women until their fucking whole face is this big. I couldn't work for like a month and a half. I was so fucked up. Dude, he got his ass handed to him. When I told my husband this story, he was like, fuck yeah. What happened in New York? It's a bunch of pussies now. Just a sea of pussies. He totally deserved it. You don't beat the shit out of women. What did I do? I said, don't rob this guy. I'll buy you what you need. That doesn't merit getting the shit beat out of me. It wasn't like I was like, cops, arrest this guy. I was like, let me buy what you're taking. And as someone who got my ass beat for being innocent and nice, I'm totally fine with the cops doing what they did. I'm proud of them. Thank you, gentlemen. That is what men should do. They should defend the honor of women. What happened to the old school New Yorkers? What happened? Because New York was fucking safe. I mean, I was walking alone in the streets. Click, 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 click. My high heels and my little mini skirt. And no one was bothering me. And there was literally a cop on every fucking corner. And now they're like, no, there's no way to clean up all this crime. Oh, the stop and frisk, it was so bad. Was it? Everyone was safe. New York was safe. I was terrified the last time I was there. And I was in my old neighborhood and I was so scared. There's just unsavory men all over the streets. And I know they were the migrants. They spoke no English. They were fucking following me. I'm like, this is not New York. I called my husband. I said, talk to me. I am scared. I could not find a cop anywhere. I kept finding groups of people and trying to stand next to them. I was like, what the fuck has happened in New York? What has happened? What has happened to Tribeca? Tribeca is in the business district. Sure, it's a little ghost towny at night, but there wasn't unsavory, scary migrants everywhere following you around. And as someone who's traveled the world, I know everyone's like, diversity. These are men from countries where it's totally fine to throw a woman down and take her. And not just one, multiple men. Look at the journalist who was in Egypt covering the revolution, and it was like 300 dudes took her in a half hour. Just a gang violation. And we're like, we need men from countries like that. Don't vet them or anything. Welcome. Welcome. And then we're like, why is all this bad shit happening to women? Because we're importing a culture of men who think that they deserve anything they want from you. And then there's another culture of men that sees you as an infidel. You're nothing. It's totally fine to hurt people like you according to their religion. Like, what? I don't know why. And then they'll tell you you're racist if you notice this. Laura Logan, that's right. Laura Logan, she was from South Africa, and they all ganged up on her. It was like 300 dudes in 30 minutes. When we have riots here, 300 dudes in 30 minutes don't gang take a woman. They don't do it because our culture, even though there's some shitty parts, that's not acceptable here. It's not a fucking acceptable thing for, hey, it's a riot, a BLM riot. Everyone get on this woman, take turns. That is a third world country mentality. And women here are like, oh my God, welcome, welcome, come on. I hope you do that to my daughter. Oh, I can't wait till shit hits the fan and you guys gang up and take me. And it's because they're so stupid to the reality of the world of how safe we've been here. And look, ladies, I understand you literally live in a dream world of what the world is. Not me. I lived in South Africa, been to Costa Rica, went to fucking Russia, lived there on a work visa. Like, I've been all over, and I won't go to the Middle East. The closest I ever came was Sochi on the Black Sea. The men who have Middle Eastern influence, I was fucking terrified. I couldn't speak unless spoken to. I had to have a man with me, and they're like, oh my God, we need men like that. It's their culture to abuse women. It's wonderful. You know what? Those cultures don't mix. They don't fucking mix. It's not racist to say it. Men who think it's okay to gang up on a woman and 300 people take her in 30 minutes in front of everyone, not one person stopping it. I'm sorry. Women, wake up, you fucking dumb cunts. You're so stupid. Someone needs to slap. What we need to do is just dump them in Afghanistan with like all these dudes we're importing here. No, look, if you're from Afghanistan, you're like, I love America. I'm ready to assimilate. I don't think I'm above any woman. Welcome. Welcome. But what we're doing is in droves. Somali men, they're the same way. We're like, oh yes, oh my God, it's so diverse. Welcome. Yeah, us women down here, you men up there. And then they have the fucking gall to complain about the patriarchy. Have you lost your minds? It's like, it's empathy and compassion that's been weaponized to literally destroy America. And I was offered a lot of money to go to Dubai and other places. And I'm like, we're good. Sorry, not going. I'm not going there. You couldn't pay me enough to go there. To let men in from countries like this, they need to be carefully vetted. We've let in hundreds of thousands. Do you think they were carefully vetted? And do you think mythically and magically their culture of shitting all over women just went away because they're here? And then you're told you're racist for recognizing there are cultures of men that will literally, 300 of them, throw you down in the ground in the streets and take you. And not one person will say this is bad. They'll just stand in line to be next. That's not racism. That's called self-preservation. There are plenty of Middle Easterners that have come to this country and they're like, we are ready to assimilate, all of that. But that's not what we did not properly vet these people. And look at what's happening in Europe. Look at what had, and they're like, you're racist if you notice all these men keep holding women down and taking them forcibly. Oh, it's so wonderful. Violate our women, violate them good. And then they try to cover up for them. Why? Because they're trying to completely destroy Western culture. It's insane. There are women going to Dubai to get shit on for $50,000. I'm an Avon lady. Do you guys need some Avon? Do you guys want some? I sell it. AdrianneCurry.com. You can buy some Avon there. Sure, you could get some Avon from me if you guys need any. If you guys want any, I'd love to hook you up. You know, I'm an Avon lady. You could get yourself some collagen peptide Skin So Soft. It's really fucking cool. Firms your skin. We also have retinol, which, you know, is anti-aging, but this shit's pretty cool, I think. I will not shit on your chest if you buy Avon from me. Do I have makeup that looks like shit? It's called pattern recognition. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. And then they call you racist for noticing there are countries of men that have zero respect for women and shit all over them. And then they import them here by the hundreds of thousands. I'm sorry. What is Somalia known for? The men horrifically harming women, the men believing they're above women in every way, and being the most ruthless pirates on earth. We need them. Tons of them in Minnesota. It'll be mythical and magical and one. No, dude. It should be like a 6-month test to see if this guy can acclimate to Western culture. You should not just import men like this. The same people complaining about the patriarchy, and that's why I'm like, women are destroying our country with their empathy and compassion for people that it's unearned, with their ignorance due to the patriarchy protecting them so wonderfully here in America, and they're so ignorant to what it's like in other places. They're so ignorant. And I understand, and I think it's wonderful that you have had the gift of living somewhere so safe that you cannot conceive of men who think so little of women, that the concept of a culture that uses women as cattle and property just you can't understand it. I get that, but you don't need to vote. You don't need to protest. You're too ignorant. You're too coddled by Western men who have protected you against this kind of shit. Like, you are not doing any of us any favors. I think there should be a test on who can vote, like civics tests and stuff, because I got to be honest with you. I know people that if you question them about policies, anything, they have fucking no idea. And they go and vote. They have no fucking idea anything. And they're voting. That's crazy. That affects people who actually know what's happening. Like, I know people are like, I'm Republican. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, so, you know, like, what's your main policy? Oh, I don't know anything about policies or anything like that. I just go in and I vote down the ticket red. And the funniest thing I've ever heard of, I forget what state it was, but a transitioning person who worships Satan ran as a Republican and won because everyone's like, duh, I don't know what I'm doing. Duh, duh. And they went and voted for a Satan worshiping transitioning person, and they're like, I'm outraged. Oh my God, I'm so fucking stupid. You shouldn't vote. You are so fucking stupid. The worst thing that's ever happened to our country is giving the reins of power to dumbass people. Dumbasses. I laughed so hard. It was the best troll I've ever seen. Wherever that person is, that Satan worshiping, transmissioning person, you are top tier troll. That is fucking hilarious. Bravo. That's awesome. Good for fucking you. I think it's amazing, but this is how stupid and knuckle dragging both sides are. Just complete morons. Voting. They have no idea what they're fucking voting for, who they're voting for. They just vote for a color. And I hate to say it, but it's like 90% of the people voting. And when everyone's like, why are my taxes so high in Chicago? Vote blue no matter who, no matter what. Vote for the same people. Why are they stealing everything? Keep voting the same. Don't change anything. I'm like, that's why I like swing states. Because I feel like people in them aren't in a cult and will actually listen to like policies and shit. I like swing states. It's not like a whole thing, a group think. Anyone that votes the same all the way down the ticket, like, come on, man. You have no idea what you're voting for. If you're a Republican, you know damn well there's probably 5 Republicans on that ticket that are so fucking evil that if you knew anything about them, you wouldn't vote for them. And then you do, because you don't know shit. I love this siren palette, by the way. It's starting to look real good. You say it's bad that people... No, I don't think it's bad that people voted for the Satan-worshipping, transitioning person. But who was the Democrat candidate running against them? I don't know. That's funny. Maybe they were worse. I'm sure that the people who voted for the Satan worshiper would have rather voted for the Democrat. I think it's funny. Not all Democrats are awful. Beer me, thank you for subbing. I appreciate it. 6 months straight, much appreciated. Like, I was wrong about John Fetterman. Straight up, like, he was in bad shape for a while. And I felt like his family was abusing him. Because I'm like, he is in really bad shape. Like, when he was trying to talk, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Now I listen to him and I'm like, oh, he's like a 90s old school Democrat. Like, you know, the ones that aren't fucking insane. I'm like, okay, I was wrong about you, Fetterman. But you were real fucked up for a second. Like, we all have to admit that. He was a little fucked up. He's just an old school liberal. And I'm like, well, that's like my kind of guy. I hate his hoodie shtick. I think it's so stupid. But then I thought about it and I'm like, I bet you he's really comfortable all the time. And then when people are like, well, and I bought into it, they're like, he should dress up going to the White House and shit. Dude, during Joe Biden, people were dropping bags of cocaine on the floor. There were men in drag running around the White House. There was transitioning women on the White House lawn bearing their bosoms and pinching their nipples and shaking their yayas and then taking pictures with Joe Biden right in front of the White House. Gay porn was being filmed in Senate hearing rooms. A hoodie is fine. Like, when I really think about what these people are doing, they're all going to Epstein Island. They're taking money from, like, Epstein's people, you know. Okay, I'm going to block you. Hey, where's my husband? Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it? No, I'll just do it right now. Like, gross. Goodbye. I did it. Yuck. It's super gross. No, thank you. No, thank you. I saw that London is talking about banning dogs as pets because Islamists don't like dogs. Have you guys seen what's going on in Japan? They were demanding Sharia law. They were disrupting the streets with their prayer. They were not respecting Japanese culture. Ricky, thank you for the 500 stars. I appreciate it. They were shitting all over Japan. Japan's like, get the fuck out. Fuck you. And I'm like, I'm not going to the Middle East and going, Jesus Christ, amen, and Jesus Christ, every second, Jesus. Like, I'm not doing that. You can't do that. You have to respect people's cultures. I'm not running around Iraq, not covering myself and being a fucking weirdo. But then they come to like Japan or Europe and they try to push this bullshit. And here's what really bothers me. Islam is the only religion that in the text say that they have to infiltrate politics and bring Islam to all politics. And then everyone's like, vote for an Islamist. And I'm like, okay, but that's like if the Bible said everyone that runs for politics, you have to convert it to Christianity, and everyone who's not is an infidel. And they get to lie to people who are not Muslim. It's okay. In their book, it says it's fine as long as it's pushing their agenda. I was talking to someone that wasn't very educated on Islam, and she's like, well, my friend's Muslim. I'm like, he's not allowed to be your friend. He can be your acquaintance. It says it in their text. He cannot be your friend. You're an infidel. He can lie to you, manipulate you, and do what he needs to do, like to be a coworker, but you guys are not friends. And she was very upset at me. And I'm like, then he's not a real Muslim at all if he's truly your friend. And it was like short circuiting. And I get it because it's not a culture that you understand. I understand. I get it. Well, Dina, I believe in Jesus, and that's fine that you don't. My husband's agnostic. I always find just don't slam other people's religion. I say just stay in. There's many Islamic nations. Just hang out there. But it sucks because their doctrines like take over the world. That's what they want to do. And unfortunately, the Chinese recognize this. And that's why they had those re-education camps. Because the greatest threat to the CCP was the Uyghur Muslims because of their doctrine and what they believed, which was to infiltrate the government and stuff. So it was the greatest threat to the CCP. So that's why they were so harsh on them. I'm not saying all Muslims are extremists. I'm saying the majority of people imported from Afghanistan, Iraq, and stuff, if we gave them a test, are not compatible with Western culture. And that's why really horrible things are happening in Europe to little girls and stuff. It is not compatible. There are plenty of amazing implants. Dr. Now has completely and utterly assimilated to American culture, and he's a fucking cultural icon. He is a boss. We love Dr. Now in this house. But that is an example of someone who comes to America. Thank you, Momo. And they assimilate and they want to. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do. Islam is inherently totalitarian. It requires a global, yes, CCP can't accept that as communism is also a totalitarian ideology. Yes, Islam and communism, it butts heads. Now, communism can crush Christians. Christians have no balls. Muslims do. Credit where it's due. Muslims have fucking balls of steel. They are not fucking around. Thank you, Donna, for the 500 stars. Muslims are not fucking around. Credit where it's due. My hat's off to you guys. They're like, nope, praise Allah, and fuck you. Like, they do not budge. Christians are like, I'm weak. I'm pathetic. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let Satan take over everything. Look at me. I'm so weak. I'll just pray. I'll pray and hope God fixes it, even though God has enabled me to be able to fix it. Instead of me and my fellow Christians doing fuck off anything. We'll just, oh, man, and do nothing, and then watch Western civilization crumble under the ground. Not Muslims. Credit where it's due. They're like, nope. We're not crumbling. They have balls. Christians have zero balls. Used to have balls. Crusaders and shit. Conquistadors, they used to have balls of steel. The Christians today are neutered and weak. That's what I see. Compared to other people, I mean, Jesus wasn't neutered and weak. Jesus was a fucking badass. And then when you look at what all his apostles went to do as martyrs, they were fucking badasses too. But Christians today are like, oh, I love Jesus, but in secret, fuck you completely, God. I'm not going to advocate for you at all. I'm just going to safely do it where no one sees. And I'm going to let everyone take over everything. I'm a weak, fucking pathetic Christian. I just hide in the closet. That's just, I don't know what the fucking happened. I don't, but it did. So credit where it's due. Muslims got balls of steel. They are not around. They're like, Christians are like, you can totally disrespect our church. And you can smash up murals of Jesus. And we'll just pray and we'll do nothing. We'll just continue to sit here and do fuck off nothing at all. Go to a mosque and fuck around and find out. Okay, in Minnesota, when they stormed that church, imagine if they had stormed a mosque. They wouldn't be alive. They wouldn't be alive. They wouldn't be alive. Muslims don't fuck around. Credit where it's due. You got to respect them. They truly have a conviction. They truly believe in what they believe. Not Christians. Well, I'll just hope Jesus fixes it because I'm certainly not going to fucking do anything ever. Russian Orthodox, also, yes. I have been to many Russian Orthodox churches. Let me tell you about one that was really cool. Was it in St. Petersburg? Anyway, there's this Russian Orthodox church. And it has two super cool things in it. One, it has a section in the middle of the church that's cut out, and it goes down to a cobblestone road where one of the czars was stabbed to death. And they're like, that's where it happened. And it's in the middle of the church. Okay, that's where it happened. I mean, it's really cool because the cobblestone road is like super old. Here's another thing. A massive bomb with a swastika on it is hanging in the fucking chapel bell tower over your heads. Now they've reinforced it so it won't crash in your head. And they went up there and they undetonated it, but they don't want to forget what Russia went through. I think something like 7 out of 10 Russian men died in World War II. Everyone is always talking about the Holocaust. No one gives any credit at all to all the Polish people and the Russian people that suffered and died. I don't understand that. Yes, Hitler did some really awful stuff to Jews, but he equally did his awful stuff to any homosexual or Polish person. And for some reason, no one talks about that. I find it so odd. I'm like, wait a minute. My grandma's brother was a prisoner of war and had the concentration camp tattoo on his arm. He couldn't even fly home when they liberated the camp because he had been tortured so much and he was so skinny, they didn't think he'd survive the flight. So when they got him healthy enough to come home, my grandma said he looked like a skeleton, that he just looked like he was near death. And he never spoke about it. He never spoke a word. No one asked him anything. Nothing. Because that motherfucker went through hell. When he died, I think it was in 2012, he had fighter jets flying over his funeral and shit. And like he had full military recognition, which was awesome as a war hero. because he was tortured horrifically. No one talks about all the prisoners of war. No one talks about all the Polish people who were executed. And for some reason, no one talks about the fact that something like 7 out of 10 Russians died at the hands of Nazis. Nazis were raiding all their villages, all this shit. So back to the bell tower and the huge Nazi bomb just hanging there in church. Unbelievable. I'm standing there and I'm like, this is a fucking swastika covered bomb hanging over my head. And the Russians have a saying. I forget how to say it. Damn, it's been years. But the saying is, happiness is where I'm not. Because they've been through so much shit. Think about it. Think about all their leaders. Stalin, like, Stalin just zerged the Nazis. He literally just took tons and tons of soldiers and just dumped them on the Nazis. Just all these people dying. I met an old babushka that was talking about hiding in the forest, watching everyone in her village be executed by Nazis and the women being taken by Nazis and stuff. I got to stand in Catherine's palace in the Amber Room, and I got to see all the photos of the Russians were terrified because the Nazis were trying to completely erase their history. So there was underground places where they kept their artwork, their history, because the Nazis were decimating everything. And they went to Catherine's palace. They ripped all the amber off the walls. They sacked the whole palace. They fucking graffitied everything in swastikas and shit. Like, it was wild. About 27 million Russians were lost during World War II. And tons of them were in concentration camps. And no one talks about it. Isn't that wild? I think if you add the gypsies, the gays, the Polish, and the Russians, more of them died than Jews. And no one talks about it. Why? Why? Isn't that wild? I think that's wild. I'm like, wait, why are we forgetting this many people? For what reason? For what reason? Oh, and then you learn about the czars, like, was it Alexander, the last czar, with like Anastasia and all that stuff? His brother was English royalty and didn't even step in to come save him or anything. They were like, fuck this. When they toppled their czars. Every small town in Russia has war memorials. Yep, I've been to Russia and I was fascinated. I learned so much history that is not taught here at all. And they respect Americans. They think we're badass, even though we don't always get along. But they called us the last minute Americans, meaning at the last minute of the war, only when everything was about to be lost. We didn't swoop in to save anyone. We only swooped in because we realized, oh, Hitler's about to take over everything. So, yes, all these people. I mean, we turned away boats of Polish gays and Jews coming to our shores saying, help us, help us. And we sent the boats back. And every single one of the people on these boats, this is true history, were sent to concentration camps and died. And then everyone's like, America, we fought Nazis. I'm like, we weren't like we literally only stepped in when it was beneficial to us. We never talk about that. I find it wild. I don't know, man. I love history, and some of history is really ugly. But I even like those grimy parts because, you know, that's history. That's us. That's what we did. How are we liking my eye makeup? I kind of love it. This is the Siren palette. I think it looks really pretty. I think it looks real pretty. Yep. We have a big snowstorm coming tonight, so we have to batten down the hatches. Big snowstorm. Who funded the Nazis? You get one guess. Oh, you people. I think every war has been orchestrated by very rich, nefarious people. I learned something the other day that I will be honest with you, I didn't know. That when Mel Gibson was trying to make Passion of the Christ, that Jewish people tried to stop him and said it was anti-Semitic. Now, Jesus was a Jew. His apostles called him rabbi. But they said it was anti-Semitic because we depict that the Jews killed Jesus. But that's what happened. And I'm like, whoa, I'm not good with that. I will always be like, leave Jewish people alone. But when it comes to my Jesus, you can fuck yourselves. You don't get to just weaponize everything as anti-Semitic or racist. No, thank you. Fucking weak. Weak. Jesus was a Jew. His parents were Jews. It's not anti-Semitic. He's the king of the Jews. I'm sorry you killed him, but a Roman soldier who then, I forget his name, the Roman soldier that pierced Jesus with the spear of destiny to see if he was okay. Here's the story of this Catholic saint. You ready? And no one's shitting all over Rome for hanging him up on a crucifix. Now are they? Where's the Vatican, bitches? Where's the throne of Peter? Have a seat, Jewish people. It's okay. Anyway, this saint, I forget his name, he pierces Jesus' side and Jesus' blood and shit. Longinus, is that his name? It like hits him in the face and he was blind. And that's why he accidentally poked him in the wrong spot. And he's immediately cured. And this motherfucker right there at the feet of Jesus starts screaming, truly, this is the Son of God. So this guy goes out and he's just like, yo, this was the Son of God, and he won't stop. So the Romans are pissed because they're like, we can't have one of our own doing this shit. So was it Pilate? Whoever the emperor was, I think it was Pilate. They send out a bunch of soldiers to capture their own. Lance of Longinus. Okay, Spear of Destiny. So they capture this dude who can now see because of Jesus's blood hitting his eyes. And they gouge his fucking eyes out in front of everyone. Just gouge his eyes out. And they're like, well, he'll stop his preaching now. So they dump him in the street. And this guy's like, fuck you. And he keeps going. So they capture him again. And they cut his tongue out. This guy's a boss. And apparently the next day, he goes preaching again with a louder voice, but he has no tongue. So then the emperor was like, oh, shit. Capture him, drag him to the church of our gods, and force him to give the finger to Jesus and to worship Rome's gods and like Caesar and all this shit. So they captured this poor dude whose eyes they gouged out, whose tongue they chopped off, and they drag him to their temple. And they're like, fucking renounce your God and worship Caesar and all this shit. And he bows down and he takes one of their swords and he fucking smashes their God. He can't see. And he takes the sword and bashes the statues of their gods, smashing them on the floor. And he said, where's your gods now, bitches? Like if the sunglasses could fall from the heavens onto bro's face, that was the moment. This guy, until they killed him, did nothing but say Jesus was God. This was a Roman soldier who served Caesar, who did not believe Jesus, the King of the Jews, was God, who stabbed him with the spear of destiny just to make sure he was dead. But when Christ's blood hit his face, he could see. And then he was like, oh shit, what have I done? And he turned out to be one of the most baddest ass saints in the Catholic Church. There's another one that got skinned alive. There's a big statue of him at Milano. But yeah, they tried to stop Mel Gibson's movie from being made. Jewish people. The Passion of the Christ. And I'm like, what the fuck? The fuck is wrong with you? Like, what? And then here's what really bothers me is everyone's like, oh, Christians aren't persecuted. Just because you're ignorant to the truth of the world, they're persecuted everywhere. It's bad. Try being a Christian in fucking China. See how that works out for you. They're being executed in mass in other countries and people just ignore it. It's insane to me. It's insane. And then me as a former atheist, I hated Christians. Full disclosure. Sorry, hated you. Hated you because most Christians would come to me and tell me I was going to burn in hell for posing in Playboy. They're like, you're a terrible person. You're going to burn in hell. And I was like, fuck you. True story. Yeah. Nigeria, many other places. Kimmy, thank you for the sub. 129 months, you old bitch. Anyway, when COVID hit and I saw that they're like, everyone can run in the streets and protest and light fires and be fucking menaces to society, but Christians can't worship God, not even outside in a field. I was like, that's religious persecution. I was an atheist. I didn't like Christians. And I was like, if I don't stand up for people I don't like, who's ever going to stand up for me? Who is ever going to stand? And when I said, people were like, no, they're not. Fuck Christians, harm them in every way. Blah. And I was like, there is a hatred for Christians and a worshiping of Muslims here in the United States. I've never seen anything like it. People worship Islam and worship Muslims and want to coddle and protect them and want to shit all over Christians. It's weird. It's weird. I mean, later I found God and stuff, and I'm not going to shove that shit on you because, as I said, my husband's agnostic, and I'm not like, find Jesus every day because I'm not an annoying asshole. Well, yeah, and then all the anti-white stuff, and then people are like, there's no anti-white stuff. I'm like, have you lost your mind? All I hear is anti-white stuff, and I'm sorry, as the majority of America, when are you pussies going to stand up and say, you know what we're not going to tolerate? This. It's not acceptable. I'm sorry. Enough. It's not acceptable if you're anti-Asian. It's not acceptable if you're anti-Black. It's not acceptable if you're anti-Latin. Okay? And it's not acceptable to bash white people have no culture. Tell that to all the Scottish boys with their bagpipes and kilts, you fucker. Are you kidding me? It's like the only people that are allowed to be decimated and ripped apart. Make it make sense. It's because there's a bunch of pussies in this country and they're terrified little twats, sniveling little vaginas. It's okay to say, hey, it's not cool to bash anyone. The end. Shut the fuck up. Be nice. Thank you, Tactical Oompa for 7 months. Level God mode. Much appreciated. I don't know. I don't know what happened to Western culture where everyone became so weak that they just allow everyone to walk all over them. But here we are. I'm going to use this tinted primer in light medium. I'm going to put this on my face and I'm going to look fucking beautiful. I'm an Avon lady. If you guys need one. I'm anti-asshole. Remember when everyone wasn't obsessed with skin color shit? I just can't believe white people aren't fucking standing up for themselves. What a bunch of pussies. I'm ashamed to be white. Y'all are a bunch of pussies. As far as the eye can see, I'm scared of what they'll say about it. There's more of us than anyone else. You can't say, hey, stop fucking bashing me. It's bullying. You can't stand up to bullies, you fucking twats. Say, quit it. Stop. It's not cool. I'm scared. You're just a pussy. That's it. You're just a pussy. Someone needs to tell you, man. I don't know why your friends have let you go this far in your life. This is the under eye primer. I like to use it because it just feels nice and gooey. I don't know why white people are so weak anymore. It's like embarrassing. And I hate talking about skin color because I really don't give a shit. But all I see is a bunch of browbeaten, terrified little bitches that can't stand up and say, hey, this like anti-white shit, can we stop? It's not cool, man. It's not cool to do this to anyone. Every Christian keeps saying Jesus is coming to save them. My father-in-law said it best. He is a really good man, good Christian. Sealing it with my FMG makeup sealer. It's that saying of the guy who's in a flood and he sits on his roof waiting for God to save him, and all these rescuers and all these boats come by, and he's like, no, Jesus will save me. And then he dies, and Jesus is like, I sent you all these fucking people. Like, what the? And that's what Christians have turned into, these people of no action and just sitting there. Little God, it's all, we know who wins in the end, so we shouldn't even try. We should just all be pussies and not stand up for each other and just, be totally weak assholes. That's what we should do. Wake up, white people. Who said that? My ass. Me. If a bunch of people were like super anti-Cuban here, I would be like, shut the fuck up. Cubans have solid sandwiches and they're super patriotic because they fucking love it here. Back off. But it seems to be okay to like lump all white people into one thing. I'm sorry. Irish people have nothing in common with Russians. And then they're like, oh, there's no culture in white people. Have you been to a Russian Orthodox church? Have you seen the Red Square and their fuzzy little hats and shit? Go compare that to an Irish person. Like, are you serious? And then my favorite thing, oh, we all have to speak Spanish. Oh, yeah, brown people, dude, Spanish is from the Spaniards. You're speaking a white language. It's like, does anyone know history? The conquistadors came over and liberated a bunch of people from the Mayans who were executing their children and ripping their fucking hearts out. When I was in Mexico, I had this great tour guide. He was awesome. One, he was super racist against the Mayans. I was like, whoa. And he's like, we all hate them. I was like, okay. Damn. And you should have seen all the white Avon ladies on my bus, because he's like on the microphone and he's talking shit about Mayans. And he's like, they enslaved our people. They held our villages hostage. They would steal our children and sacrifice them if we didn't give them enough money and shit. We love Spaniards because one of the chicks was all like white privilege and colonizing. He's like, we love that Spain came here. We're proud of it. He's like, all the original conquistadors, Spanish structures and stuff, we've all kept them like up to date. They're our biggest like tourist areas outside of like the Mayan temples. We're so fucking proud of our Spanish heritage and our Spanish language and all that. I was like, okay. So I guess they see them as people used to see the Romans marching on everyone, taking slaves, all the shit. The Mayans did not treat their neighbors very well. And the animosity for them has lasted until today. And it's wild when you're talking to a Mexican tour guide, just ripping the Mayans to shreds. I mean, physical appearance, like mocking. They're like, you'll know a Mayan because of insert these things I'm not going to say because you guys will pretend that I'm the one that said it. They're like, the Spanish conquistadors liberated us from hell on earth, and we love them. I think Christians have just been brainwashed to be weak. The only way to topple the West is to brainwash Christians to not need Jesus or to be docile and scared to even open their mouths because they will be seen as oppressive or bad. That's what I think. Again, I have full respect for Muslims. They are not pussies. Call them what you want. Pussy, you can't. They're badasses. They have conviction. That tour guide was crazy. I was just sitting there like, the eyeliner I use is Avon's Glimmer Sticks cream eyeliner. It comes in waterproof. but I like the regular one because I'm not like crying and shit. And I'm not that bitch that wants to go swimming. What's up, M Wood? So I'm good. I'm good. There are Catholics in Mexico. Tons. Tons. Muslims are violent. Lots of people are violent. But at least Muslims have conviction in their religion and they don't let people walk all over them. They don't. They have balls. Christians have no balls. Christians have been, oops, sorry about that. Christians have definitely been, come on, you motherfucker. What is happening there? What would you call it? Neutered. Christians are neutered people. I bet you guys would like some Skin So Soft collagen peptide. Look at this, bitches. This will firm your skin. Might as well treat your skin. You treat your face. Why not your arms? You should do it. Russia returned to the Orthodox Christianity with the young doubling from 20%, something like 45%, and consider it the center of their culture. It's amazing. Even when I was in Russia, what was that, 2008, 2009? It was awesome. I'm obsessed with churches. Even when I was an atheist, I just want to go to churches, probably because of my upbringing, super Christian. I just think they're beautiful. I'm not going to excuse your absence, Candace. How dare you? I love going to churches. I love the artwork. No one does it better than Catholics. I'm sorry, guys. For everyone that slams Catholics and wants to shit all over them, they have amazing churches. Their churches are fucking awesome. I love Catholic churches. It is artwork. It's like a Rembrandt. You go into a fucking Mormon church, that shit is, the Mormons are very happy. It's like a really drab building. And I know people are like, oh, you shouldn't spend money on churches. Why the fuck not? Why not? They're gorgeous. I've always wanted to buy an old church and live in it. It just sucks because they're always in the middle of town, which I don't want to live in. But I always see really rad old Catholic churches, and I'm like, oh man, what would I give to live in that bitch? I would live in that so hard. Creative Juice, you definitely go to a pretty badass church in Ohio. His church is very beautiful. Very beautiful. New York has some unbelievable churches. Unbelievable. Awesome. Now, those 80s Catholic churches, they kind of are hurting. And the newer ones, they hurt a little bit. But I love old Gothic architecture. And I got to tell you, with how much progress we all claim to make, do you really look at the architecture today and say we've made progress since the 1920s craftsmen and old Victorians we used to make? Do you see progress? Because I don't. That shit looks like shit. That's what I think. That's what today's buildings are so fucking ugly. They're depressing. No wonder why no one has any fight left in them. Everyone's just depressed. And look at their shitty buildings. It snowed. It snowed outside. It's very lovely. It's very lovely. Of course, it snowed now. It's supposed to hit 40 something degrees today. So it's just going to be an ice slush, horrible thing. Yeah, Philadelphia. The East Coast definitely has rad churches. So does the Midwest. And there's a lot of places on the Western Front, like really beautiful churches that were built before 1930. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I would say up until the 60s, they built really solid shit. Oh yeah. Catholic churches, chef's kiss. Yet we landed on the moon in 1969. I don't know what I believe anymore. What I do believe is that American government does nothing but fucking lie. And they're probably like, hey man, let's lie and make Russia think they lost. Which I think is hilarious if we did that. That's fucking funny. Imagine hating Russia so much that you're like, look at what we did. Now, when I was in Russia and I went to the Smirnov Museum, what the Russians are really proud of, they're like, you might have landed on moon. You think you're important. Landing on moon. You know what we did? What? We made vodka. Vodka that you can drink in space. And then they're showing me tubes of gel vodka. And they have videos of their fucking astronauts up in space getting fucking lit. And they're like, in Russia, our astronauts, they drink vodka in space. What do you have? I'm like, I have to tell you, I think you are better than us. And they gave me a space tube of vodka, and it's just gel vodka. Now, let me tell you one thing about Russian vodka, you guys. They do not send their good vodka outside of Russia. When I was in Russia, one, it is considered very disrespectful to be offered vodka and to not take it. So I always did. So it's a great disrespect to say no. So I had to take shots, even though I'm not a big drinker. Their vodka tastes like water. It's dangerous. It's so dangerous. There's no after kick, nothing. And each family you meet wants you to drink their vodka that they distilled on their own, that their family's been doing for like hundreds of years. And then you're invited into random people's homes and they can't believe you're an American wandering around the Red Square. They're very friendly. They want you to drink their vodka. And they want you to tell them that their vodka is the best of all the vodkas that you have had. I was fucking wasted. I was with the mayor of Sochi, and he was like, we've bribed the Olympics to be here in Russia. Here's all this Russian Olympic stuff. And I'm like, I thought you were just a candidate city. They're like, oh, no, we pay. We get. I was like, okay. So I have all this Olympic gear well before it was announced that it was going to be in Sochi. They're like, Olympic committee is corrupt. You pay money. We get. Which is really cool. But then the mayor of Sochi was like, hey, I'm going to, okay, full disclosure, very quickly. I was dying of pneumonia and I had to take a plane to Moscow to go to a better hospital because when the ambulance showed up in Sochi, it was a station wagon with a fucking dirty mattress in the back with like a dog or a goat or something in the front seat. My fever was so bad. I couldn't really comprehend what was happening, but my Russian manager, who was born in Moscow, was like, okay, we got to go. So the mayor of Sochi was like, I open airport for you, just for you. We get pilot, he fly plane. I'm like, okay. So we're all sitting there and I'm so sick, but I have to drink the vodka because it's offered by the mayor of Sochi. So I'm drinking vodka and he's sitting with this other Russian guy. I mean, caricature Russian guy. You know, the crazy Russian guy from fucking Stranger Things, the pilot. That's a real man. That's not a stereotype. Like, it's a true thing. So we're all drinking. I'm drunk and dying. I'm so sick. So we get up and this guy, I mean, we're talking a commercial airline with just us on it. Aeroflot. Don't fucking fly Aeroflot. It is so scary. Maybe the ones from America to there, but the ones that are puddle jumping, they're, oh my God, the seats aren't even attached to the ground. It's bad. So I get on this plane and I just see the fucking pilot smoking in the cockpits. He's like, you could have cigarette if you want running down. And I'm like, I'm dying of pneumonia. I cannot smoke a cigarette. So then he comes stumbling back. It's the guy who was drinking with us. He had like 800 shots. Like 800 shots with the mayor of Sochi. He's 3 sheets to the wind. He's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. And he has another fucking glass of vodka. We get to Moscow in like 2 hours. You're fine. I help you buckle seatbelt. And I'm like, oh. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Like, that's what I thought the whole time. I'm going to fucking die. Hats off to drunk fucking Russian pilot. He got us there. I was like, what choice do I have? They opened the airport for me. I'm on a commercial airplane all by my fucking self. The pilot's so drunk. He's so drunk. Russia, Soviet, Russia. Russia is another breed, and Russia is very based, and they think American people are very weak and pathetic now. They're like, you guys used to be badasses and we really respected you, and they're like, now your men are turning into women. Like that they did not care. They were telling me to my face, you have no masculinity anymore. I was like, and this was in 2008. They're like, you guys are becoming weak. Your men are like women. I was like, what the fuck? And these were chicks telling me this. They're like, your men are fucking pathetic. Like, what's going on over there? If Russians have anything, it's machismo. Guys, I'm an Avon lady. I'd love to be your Avon lady. Do you guys want one? Do you guys need an Avon lady? Because I might know a bitch. She's called me. And you go to adriannecurry.com and you can get your Skin So Soft retinol lotion. You can get your Skin So Soft collagen peptide lotion. This is the firming one. The other one's anti-aging. Go get some cool shit from your girl. Support your Avon lady. Enjoy your Netflix documentary tonight of Top Model. It's going to be garbage. It's going to be trash. Those poor girls that said they wanted to go on it. I cried watching Notre Dame burn. There's about a year earlier. I think I know who burned it. Magda Musk just sent me $50 fucking dollars on YouTube. What the fuck? You don't need to buy Avon from me. I just got $50. That is insane. Thank you. I call her Magda Musk. She's clearly made out of money. Thank you. That is incredibly generous. Costco steaks. Dude, I looked at some Costco steaks. It was like 70 something bucks for 3 or 4 steaks. I couldn't do it. I'm like, that's insane. That's an insane amount of money for one meal. It's fucking insane. I do ground beef. It's cheap. It's not that much cheaper, but it ain't that much money. And that's Costco. That's buying in bulk. Well, I'm so glad that you're here. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm not going to watch a bunch of whining chicks complaining about Tyra Banks either. The whole show is going to make Tyra Banks look really good. Tyra Banks and Ken Mock were not about to go do a show that doesn't make them look good. I think they're launching a new woke top model where it's all about diversity and inclusion and people with special needs and morbidly obese people and all this shit. And they want to make some paper. So they have to do damage control because everyone wants to hold Tyra accountable. Tyra's not sorry. I said this the other day. I want you guys to listen to me. People have been dogging Tyra Banks for 5 years for her to apologize with the struggle session, the little pitchfork mob, right? She has not budged. I respect that. And I'm not her biggest fan. She has my respect. Imagine this woke mob of fucking frothing at the mouth, evil assholes that want to force you to apologize for something you are not sorry about. I've said it before. I'll say it again. She laughs in Lamborghini. She's laughing at you in Lamborghini. She's so rich. She is not fucking sorry. And she has not, everyone's like, she needs to be held accountable. For what? She has balls of steel. Tyra Banks, I tip my hat to you. You have my respect. You have been like, fuck them. I don't give a shit this whole time. And that gets my respect. It's fucking amazing. She's a badass. Someone has to say it. Someone somewhere has to say it. adriannecurry.com. If you'd like to shop with me, I'd love to be your Avon lady. I'm wearing the Siren palette on my eyes today. Glimmer 6 cream eyeliner. I've got our match tinted primer on my face. Life is good, and I will see you bitches